These are the pork chops I'm making. If you haven't figured out this, or played around with, I should say, this indirect heating thing, you don't really need this fancy stainless steel plate. You could just put some aluminum foil right there. In fact, I made some wings and I stacked them all across this top and I put aluminum foil all the way across and it worked. I've ordered a chunk of stainless that's 10 inches by 39 inches that will fit right there perfectly. But indirect grilling is just so great. And these are huge, they're super thick. I'm not even gonna sear them. I'm just gonna throw them in there. Let me show you. So in order to not sear them, it's gotta be pretty hot. It's 500 degrees and there's plenty of oil, pork fat, whatever, on the pork chops. I'm just gonna spray them lightly with some avocado oil. And I've got this burner, and this burner. All three burners, I've got them on high. I'm gonna leave them on high. I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna leave them in there for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna come and check, make sure they're not burning. I'm telling you, they're not gonna be burning. This is how easy I can go back in and have a drink, pay attention to the vegetables. It's fantastic. 15 minutes, it's come all the way up over 600 degrees. You can see it's pretty, you know, it's searing itself. I'm gonna shut the middle burner off and I'm gonna turn these outer ones to low. And shoot, I forgot the tongs, hold on. All right, I'm gonna flip them over. Whew. Toasty. Give them a little spritz. That's off, low, low. I've had it open for, you know, this much time, and I've come back down to 500. Now, because I know the grill, it's gonna come down probably below 500, and what that's gonna do is make it so it doesn't continue to burn, but it'll bake. That's it. 10 more minutes, and we'll check them.
Vegetables tonight are string beans, apples, and sliced up bacon. I put a chunk of butter in there, no water, no nothing, a little bit of that salt-free herb seasoning. I cover it up, bring it up to high, get it nice and steamy, and then I just shut it off. And I ignore it until the meat is done. Once the meat is done, I crank it back up to high again, and then shut it off. That's all there is to it. Super easy, comes out perfect every time. The seasoning I'm using, salt-free garlic and herb. It's fantastic, and that Omaha seasoning was free with some steaks we bought.
All right, as predicted, we came under 500, and let's see where we're at. This is the Thermapen. This is the best. Watch, it comes on when you open it. If we poke it way over here, we're at 123. Ow, it's very hot. 123 and 115. Whew. Fingers are burning.
I'm just gonna voice over this part because I was babbling away during the video. What's happening is they're not cooking perfectly even. One is a little bit more done than the other. So I'm just gonna flip them like that, swap locations. That happens pretty frequently. Anyway, you wanna pull them off at about 130. 145 is pork done, but 130, maybe 120, between 125 and 130 would be fine. Let them sit for about 5 minutes. They'll finish cooking, but this is the secret for super juicy. It's very difficult to get something this thick to not dry out. Put a little bit of butter on there for flavor. At this point, I completely shut the grill off, closed it, let that butter melt, finished up the vegetables, finished up the rice, and when I came back,
minutes.
Perfectly melted butter on top,
we have.
and we're right in that, you know, almost 130 range. That Thermapen is super sensitive. If you poke it through too far, it starts to pick up the temperature on the other side of the meat. But you can see that was a pretty good representation there. 130, pull them off, sit for 5 minutes. You're not going to believe it.
30 minutes total right now, so probably 33 minutes.
And there you have it. Perfect vegetables, rice. Look at that. Perfectly juicy. Watch this. Look at all that juice. I don't know any other way to get a pork chop this thick, this juicy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.